So the Guyanese Critic is here in the Reupload line tap, where police, after chasing, I received reports of shots being fired on police, but after chasing some criminals, they end up in this trench here, but no awareness as to where are the suspects. It said 2 individuals riding this motorcycle. Where they went is yet to be ascertained, but police have a motorcycle in the possession here. I received reports of shots being fired, whether it is a suspect shooting at the police, or exactly what transpired. But I can tell you, it's a massive police turnout here. Yeah, brother. And a fast, from what residents are saying, a fast response. It said that, initial reports suggest that individuals went somewhere around in this area and robbed somebody. Police responded quickly, and now they have a motorcycle in their possession. Do they have any of the suspects? Is still unclear. I think this motorcycle was taken out from somewhere in the trench here, and where the suspects made good their escape is still yet to be ascertained. This is Reupload line tap. The Reupload main road is maybe just an average of 2 corners away from here. That direction is Georgetown. Let me go across the road. I can give you a good view. Again, a number of police patrols turn up here. A number of the different squads are here. Where exactly is the suspect? Was the suspect apprehended? So it seems that the suspects might have made good their escape through this yard. And I'm seeing individuals who don't seem to be police that moving with the police patrol. It might have been the victims of the robbery. So for those of you who have just tuned in, there was a little bit of a standoff here earlier with ranks of the Guyana police force who were going after suspects in a robbery. A motorcycle has been taken into custody. Where are the suspects is yet to be ascertained, and major clarity on what exactly happened here, since the initial reports that I received is someone or a number of persons went in area, committed a robbery. Police responded promptly, and a confrontation between the police ensued. It is said residents said there were gunshots were heard. Whether it was the suspect shooting at the police or the police firing warning shot is yet to be ascertained. Why is the circumstance of the gunfire? Obviously, we have to wait for a police report to have a better understanding of exactly what transpired here. And it was thought that the suspects were surrounded. An officer is in this yard at the back. Police might be. If the motorcycle is here, obviously, this being an open road, the police is not looking in this direction. They have the motorcycle in their possession, but if the motorcycle is here, obviously, the suspect would have made good his escape in that direction where there's a trench just behind there. This is a back. Reupload would be a back of what would be Atlantic Garden. right? So another one of the police patrols moving off. I'm seeing some police patrol bikes here. All right, ma'am. I'm seeing some police bikes here, and anyone knows this motorcycle. This motorcycle seems not to have on a number plate. I don't know if the number plate broke off after the robbery or this was a part of the robbery, but this is a LF150GY. This is them, well, Lifang motorcycle. This come from Jiling. Normally these is motorcycles that estate is used, road, off-road, part off-road motorcycle. So they got some ranks still looking at the back. The persons might be in the trench area. Let me call Sian. So Sian lives just at the back there. He might not know that the people there in his backyard.
Yo.
Were you there home?
Yeah, you know.
Just that in agitation some.
Yeah. It's earlier when the man come, they jump on the back about an hour ago. And me and my neighbor, them went looking for them, you know. We had to go out looking for them in the back here. And then the police then come out about 20 minutes later. And then we see them direct and gone back.
So they would have already cleared the area. Them man in the trench, they jump on, they done gone.
Yes, over an hour now. Well over an hour. We get alert that they got bandits to the back here. Me and my neighbor collect, we go on and see, we went looking out for them. Police come about 20 minutes ago looking for them. This was a good, let me say about 50 minutes ago. Police come 20 minutes up and down looking for them and they find
Did you see anybody pass through anybody yard?
No, me neighbor called me and said that they got bandits in the area right now. Look out.
No, but y'all didn't see them cross there.
No.
Because they're not going to take a chance. There's likely that they're still in the trench, but the police ain't going to want to go in the trench, you understand?
Yeah, but that's why I say the police, when they come, they're driving through the road for Atlantic Garden.
They ain't walking at the back. But just dep on your lookout. Remember, you heard any shots?
No,
Because they're said to be armed and dangerous. So just dep on the lookout and dep on your agitation, right?
Yeah, maybe never right.
Roger that, bro. Roger that. Safe. I can pass through there. I can pass through there just now. Dep on your height. Safe.
Yeah. You know where we're.
Hello.
Good things good afternoon, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, talk to me quickly, man.
You might need any other guy for this.
No, I can let you know. I can let you know in the morning. You might get a text for buy for something. So yeah, guys. Just to bring who have just tuned in up to date with what's going on. I'm on the Vryslus line tap, railway line tap, where police, after a confrontation with bandits, where there's one or several, the details are sketchy at this time. I can tell you about half an hour ago I received a phone call where a resident was complaining that the police wasn't showing a willingness to go in the trench behind the bandits. Obviously the police are not equipped to go in no trench, put themselves in harm's way, right? So I see with the police for that. But nonetheless, just here behind these houses, this is on the line that behind these houses there's a large irrigation trench, a drainage trench behind these houses, and then the community of Atlantic Garden. As you would have just heard Sian say, they're aware, the residents are aware, and they're prepared and waiting for any bandits. I hope in the interest of expediency and helping, that if they encounter them, they know that they're dangerous, and we ain't going through a long judicial process. If people use common sense and read between the lines, the answer, we need to close off these. When you get people robbing and thieving and doing people that kind of thing, we need to close off these matters within the hours. So you got more rank say. Again, we need to close off this thing at the end of the working day. You understand? So you rob, you do your rob, you get catch. By the next day, you hold a funeral, and that's the end of it. You understand? You came, you learn, and you're gone. Right? So yeah, I'll just use your common sense if you run into them, because they're said to be armed and dangerous. Again, more police just come and they're searching. Forgive me. So they're searching the area a back Atlantic garden and just behind the row of houses and the Vryslus line top for bandits. And they're said to have committed some crime somewhere close in the vicinity. Police responded promptly and they run off the road. As you see, this is the condition of the motorcycle. Right? This is the condition of the motorcycle. You can see the grass here. This look like this motorcycle. Let me look and see. This look like this motorcycle run off somewhere. But you could see a lot of tumbling up in the trench here, just this area. And the police are centered in this area just at the back here. So obviously, you know, they would have made good their escape in the area, but it's suspected that they're still in the trench hiding. Unfortunately, the police are not equipped. You would have to have a aquatic vehicle to go at the back there. So I suppose they should wait it out. And the residents of Vryslus and Atlantic Garden, you should be prepared. And taking in light of the fact that a lot of residents know how to secure themselves, you know, to be fair, I have to report straight and tell you what's going on. But in making citizens aware and being the Guyanese Critic, in light of the many hats that I wear, I also got to inform people that we need to make sure these businesses of people robbing people and doing people as they like wrap up in the course of a day. You understand? Because most people are not adequately trained as the Guyana police force would know how to counter people with firearms, and these most criminals are armed and dangerous. You don't know. I don't think you should take it on yourself to apprehend nobody. You understand? Just deal with it as a fearful Guyanese trying to represent yourself and make haste in them meeting the God, and we just call it a day. If y'all could figure out what's saying. Right? No, here it's getting tiring, man. It's getting tiring. You sleep in your house. Today is Good Friday. You understand? The police can't get no rest. The people can't get no rest. Look at this. Look at this community. If you're a quiet community, nobody playing music, nobody in drinking rum and behaving bad. Forgot to deal with this. Wherever they're going to rob, whoever they rob, and then come for make discomfort for the people them. You understand? You gotta deal with these things, man. We need less of them. We don't know if it's one of them or two of them, but they're said to be hiding out in a trench just at the back here. Residents in Atlantic Garden are prepared in the event they run into them. I just got an update from my friend Sian, but they said they did not see anybody coming out that way. You know, back in the dark days, a lot of people don't know. One of these houses right here, a serious wanted criminal who used to be dressing as a woman and going around and raping women and kill people and all them things, used to be living in one of these houses right along this Vryslus area. So it's funny that again I come now back to report. I forget what was the guy name. He used to dress up as a woman. Indian criminal used to dress up as a woman. If anybody remember in the comments who that guy was, who the wanted man was, used to dress up as a woman and used to live at one of these houses right here in the line tap. And it's ironic that you come back, you know, I'm here and I clearly remember one of these houses here because I wasn't the Guyanese Critic and covering stories then, but I was aware of what's going on and would have been following stories and come and seen. And, you know, I always aspire to be a journalist. So I have, from a very young age, been very inquisitive to stories and so on. So giving you guys an update for those of you who've just tuned in. The Guyanese Critic is coming to you from Vryslus line top, where police, when they started this video, there were a number of police ranks here and police patrols here, and they have since taken into custody a motorcycle that was said to be the getaway vehicle of a bandit or bandits. How many is not clear. What I could assure you is that residents claim to have heard gunshots, whether it is the police firing behind the bandits. They said there was an exchange of gunfire between the bandits and the police. We'd have to wait on a police report to ascertain that. What I can tell you now is right here is police are still on the ground. Some other police were here and it seems that they would have gone wrong into the back of this community, the Atlantic Garden, the new community, but the other side of the trench, and now they're looking for the bandits because they can't get very far. If the police were on their tail, obviously when they jump into the trench, they would have been all the time watching over and see when they would have come out of the trench or whatever. So they could not have gotten very far. The police have a motorcycle in custody. Obviously this motorcycle has a serial number and will be traced back to an owner. If you look at the bottom there, there's a serial number. You see a serial number there, right? That's how you find a motorcycle's serial number. There's a serial number there. It doesn't have a number plate, but I can tell you this is a fairly new motorcycle, right? This is a fairly new motorcycle. So you could see they're walking, you understand, and so this is the serial number for the motorcycle. Is behind the engine there. You could see that. So that could easily be traced back, because that's not something you could rob. But then they buy a new motorcycle, that they're home now today and they're calculating people there, innocent people they're home, or people might have their business and open the shop doing their little business, and they decide to rob them. The police are on the scene, and I'm hoping we'll have a police report before the evening is out to be able to give you a better update tomorrow morning on the Guyanese Critic Morning Live. You guys, if there's anything that happens of interest, like the homegoing of the bandits, if they're caught, hopefully they'll be going home tonight. If and when they're caught, to save time and ensure expediency, if there's any such an update, I will be bringing it to you live. Okay, so I'm seeing police lights across the other side. So let me go around from Atlantic Garden and see if there's any assistance. I'm seeing some blue lights there, so it seems that the police are also in the other community also. So guys, this is an update now from the Guyanese Critic for Daybreak News, and if any further, and you see the light, you see a light is shining in the back there, that means that is the police is at the back shining light. I'm hoping, oh no, that's not the police, that is one of the neighbors, the people in the community shining light to see what's going on. Yeah. So I'm hoping this could be cleared up before the evening is out, and we could get good results.